Hi, I'm Amber from Influenza Updates on Instagram, and tonight I'm going to be talking about the 3 biggest Australian influencer news stories for the week, starting with Victoria Devine's controversial conception advice. Controversial conception advice for a good quality baby. So, Victoria Devine this week has come under fire because she released a podcast, and to advertise the podcast, the producers cut a little snippet out of it where Victoria was talking about the advice from her doctor to take prenatal vitamins 12 months prior to trying to conceive a baby. So she was saying she did that because, under her doctor's advice, because that way the vitamins have time to soak through all of your body, and your body can absorb all of the goodness from them to then create a good quality baby, and that was important to her. So that comment, good quality baby, has very much offended people who either they did take the vitamins and still their baby had, some sort of, genetic issue or genetic error with them, or something wrong with them. And there were also people, I saw somebody in the comments at the time, they had written that their baby does have spina bifida, which prenatal vitamins, that's a big thing that they tell you that it will prevent because they contain folate, and that can prevent spina bifida. And this person was saying that they did take the vitamins and their baby has spina bifida. And even medical professionals say, oh, well, didn't you take the vitamins? And she's like, yes, I did take the vitamins. And that it's offensive that Victoria would refer to a disabled child as not a good quality baby. Now, obviously that is putting words in Victoria's mouth. I am positive that is not what she meant and not what she thinks, but that is how it came across to some people by implying that these vitamins will help create a good quality baby, meaning a baby with no genetic errors, I suppose. Errors, that's, I'm obviously trying not to say the wrong thing here, and that is really not a nice thing that I should have said. Errors is not the right word, but you know what I mean, hopefully. The other thing that's happened with Victoria this week is there's been, on my public Q&A, people were asking about her fallout with her best friend, Kate Cosgrove. I think her name's Cosgrove. It's Kate Cosgrove, I believe, and she owns Craving a Saving, which is another Instagram account. And so the two of them, Victoria Devine, she founded Zella Finance, and then she had a mortgage broker, Kate, who then, when Victoria, this is my version of the story, I'm not positive it's completely accurate, but yeah, when Victoria started doing her influencing more heavily, she then had her mortgage broker, Kate, come on as a business partner. And then Kate finished up recently at Zella, and she did a goodbye video, and Victoria wasn't in the video. Victoria did reshare the video to her own stories and said, we'll miss you, but I've been told they no longer follow each other on social media. And Kate recently announced that she's going to be releasing her own finance podcast, which I'm guessing will rival Victoria's famous She's on the Money podcast, which that is where the controversial podcast comment was made. It was on the She's on the Money podcast. So Victoria was talking about the cost of having a baby. And yeah, she was saying that, 12 months of taking these prenatal vitamins is a very expensive exercise, and taking them during pregnancy as well. So it can be, nearly 2 years of taking them. Especially, you may not get pregnant straight away. So yeah, it can be about 2 years of taking them in Victoria's summary. All right. Sorry, that was a bit long-winded. So the next update I'm going to talk about is Indy Clinton. So she has decided not to rehome her dog Billy. So a few weeks ago, she was talking about, what's it called, metaphorically, I think it was? Metaphorically, if somebody was to rehome their dog, the person was her. So she has a Kelpie who she's had for 5 years, and she was going to rehome her Kelpie because her Kelpie Billy had nipped at a few children, not her own children, but never drawn blood. And then more recently, her dog Billy had nipped at one of her children on the couch, which the dog was not aggravated at all. And I believe it was Navy, just from what people have been saying. But yeah, so she decided that she had brought in professional trainers, and the professional trainers had said you can't out-train a dog to nip at children. It's their instinct to be scared of children, and you just can't out-train that. So she was going to rehome him. She went on her live last night, and she mentioned that she did find a new home for Billy, and it was on a farm with another Kelpie, but she got cold feet, and she decided that a second dog may help calm Billy. So it is Indy's birthday today. And on her live last night, she was saying that she wanted to go to Hawaii for her birthday, but she was thinking that her husband, Ben, might be getting her a new dog for her birthday. So she doesn't want to go because if the dog arrives when she's away, that wouldn't be good, obviously. So she was right. She did get surprised today. She was told she has a golden retriever puppy on the way. So I'm not sure when that dog is arriving. But yes, so they are now going to have 3 children and a dog that nips at children and a new golden retriever puppy. So I think that is just going to add to the chaos of their life, which is going to be very full on. She's also said that her next podcast season will be a tour. So I'm wondering if it means she's going to be recording live. I think she was saying she's moving the recording to Sydney. I'm just getting this as secondhand information. So somebody else wrote this summary for me. So yeah, they were saying that her podcast is moving from Melbourne to Sydney because it's easier logistically for her with the children. She also said she's going to be doing a tour. So I don't know if she's going to be recording the episodes on the tour or if she's going to be doing that as well. She also mentioned that her daughter Bambi is currently a nutcase and seems to not like Indy at the moment and hit her over the head recently. So that is really sad. And what else has she said? Oh, she currently has no second thoughts about putting her kids online because that is a comment that came up a lot in the live. And I think that's about it, really. Oh, if she was to have if her next baby was to be a boy, she would want to call him Hawk. Hawk, Hawk. So yeah, that's a bit interesting too. But yeah, I guess we'll be awaiting to see Indy's new dog. I guess it'll be good social media content, won't it, getting a puppy? Because I was thinking she meant a full-grown golden retriever. I think that might calm Billy down, but I don't think a puppy will do that. But I don't know a lot about dogs, so I definitely could be wrong. Oh, and also Indy is now offering paid subscription on her TikTok. So you can subscribe to her TikTok to get extra videos and extra lives. And that is $9.90 Australian per month. Okay, so the final story for the night I've got here, Olivia Molly Rogers has debuted her new relationship. So we've known for a few months now that she has been in a new relationship and she has kept it very private. We've only seen very small snippets of this man, just like a slice of his t-shirt or, you know, like a small section of his arm in the background of photos. Like she's kept it very private. I have not got any tip-offs at all. Like nobody's really known what's going on. But she has now announced, I'm sure you've all seen the photo. Let me bring up the photo. Actually, I posted it on my preview of my live. But yeah, that is them together. And he looks pretty much exactly like her ex-husband, Justin. Like if you were to describe them, you would describe them exactly the same, which everybody finds quite funny. She obviously very much has a type. And okay, so Hugo, what do we know about him? I mean, obviously there is a lot of public information out there about him, but I don't want to say too much. Like, you know, I'm not here to expose somebody's identity, but he is a consultant in Melbourne at a large firm that only recruits the smartest cookies. So I did get a tip off that he got a 99.9 ATAR, but given his age, I don't think ATAR existed back then. I mean, I know when I did my VC, it was called Enter, I believe, not ATAR. But yeah, 99.95 was still like the biggest score. But yeah, I heard he got 99.9. So he is a very, very smart person. And what does this say? She divorced Justin nearly 2 years ago. So people wanted a bit of a timeline. So she has had a relationship with Morgan Waterhouse in between. But yes, it has been nearly 2 years since her divorce was announced. And a lot of people this week also were asking in the Q&A box, just because I guess Olivia Molly Rogers is relevant again now with her new boyfriend, like her relationships are relevant again, I should say. People were asking about her divorce, which yeah, was nearly 2 years ago, but I have written here that I heard that they were trying for a baby, which she has confirmed that since, and that her husband Justin wasn't taking it as seriously as she had hoped, and that she'd been having doubts before the wedding, but given that they'd pushed it back so long because of COVID and everything, she decided to go through with it anyway. And that I personally think that, you know, a lot of relationships, they were living in each other's pockets during COVID, and perhaps that was part of the reason for the breakup. I don't know, I'm just speculating on that one. All right, so I'm going to go through the questions. There's not as many people on tonight. I wonder if it's because I didn't advertise it as early, or maybe people are busy, or maybe people are just over the lives. I don't know. I get a lot of good feedback in my DMs, but I've also started posting snippets of these lives to TikTok, and they're getting a hell of a lot more views than what they get on YouTube. So I think I might keep doing that, just because like I make these videos because I want people to see them. I want people to know what's happening. Also, I need 10 more subscribers on my YouTube. If anyone could please subscribe to my YouTube channel after this, I would really appreciate it. All right, so what are we hearing? Oh, people are sick. Everybody is sick. That's what people are doing this weekend. It's really sad, especially the flu that's really going around. Actually, while I'm on the topic of the flu, Steph Pase, the influencer, so she recently had Influenza A. She did one of those COVID tests that tells you if you've got Influenza A. And yeah, she's been so sick with that. She got it off her daughter, and then it's now turned into pneumonia. And yesterday she was posting that she was being sent to hospital to have some immediate treatment, but I haven't actually checked her stories today, so hopefully she's okay. Sounds horrible. Is Kayla's business what's it called? Canvas and someone's written here canvas and corky. That's right. That's what they were saying it should be called. It's called Canvas and Cork Torquay, and no, it is not open yet, but she has opened the bookings. So I posted this week that she's opened the bookings, and she's making it 50% off for the opening 2 weeks, but the opening 2 weeks is in September. But if you book it now, you will get 50% off if you go in the first 2 weeks. So that is a huge incentive to go. Dancing with the Stars lineup. Can't believe 2 domestic violence offenders are on there, or TV at all. Totally agree. And it's because they're men. Like, criminal men do not get blasted in Australia. Like, I don't know. It's the same with like Wayne Carey. I believe that's his name. Like, yeah, he's still on, like, he's still very much, you know, idolized by people. It is a very disappointing lineup in that regard. But other than that, I think that the lineup is very good. Like, I definitely know who they all are. I think that the target audience of the show is probably older than my age group. Like, I'm 35. My mum watches Dancing with the Stars. She's about 60 something. So yeah, I think that it's a really good lineup, and I'll have to ask her. I imagine she'll be very impressed with it. Did Lily Brown and her boyfriend Jett Kenny buy a house together? No. So I was just posting about this like a minute before I came online. I'm being told that Jett's dad has a house that Jett lives in, and Lily's going to be moving into the house with Jett, and they're going to be moving into a new room in the house. Apparently there's like an upstairs area, and that's what they're renovating, and they're going to move into that. Because Jett said on his story, like, we're in the process of relocating. And I thought that meant that they'd bought a house and they were going to be moving, but no, I believe they're relocating rooms in the house, which is a funny way of saying it. Okay, sad how sick Rachel and Emma Dillon were for their retreat. I'd be devastated if I'd gone and didn't get to spend any time with them. Such a shame. I have not heard about that. I'll need to look into that, but that is so sad. I suppose they still had to go on with it because people would have paid, you know, so much money to go and see them. But honestly, everybody's sick at the moment, and it is so horrible. Everyone's missing out on such good things. What else? Yeah, people are not happy about the DV offenders on Dancing with the Stars. Indy, laugh. Those dogs need to be trained. Yes, so Indy has claimed that she has got a professional trainer for her Kelpie. But yeah, this new Golden Retriever puppy, it's going to need a lot of training, and that is going to be very hard for her and Ben to do. I believe Ben works full-time. Plus, I think she said he drives like an hour or an hour and a half each way to work each day. So 3 hours of travel time, and I don't know how he's going to have time to train a new dog because she's got a business and 3 children. I just don't understand how this is going to work, but I'm definitely going to be watching on TikTok. Yeah, someone here is saying that their Golden Retriever puppy was like a newborn baby. Yep. That is going to be tricky. Thoughts on the Just for Girls podcasters Sammy and Izzy posting about looking forward to sitting in the sun, tanning and sharing content when they are clearly sunburnt. Yeah, I have noticed they've been suntanning a lot on their holiday in Bali. They've also been riding around with no helmets and doing all of the crazy things that young people do in Bali. And I do think that it sets a really bad example. Their friend Cairo, I believe she's in Bali too, or she's somewhere, but she was smoking in a story recently. I didn't know that smoking was going to be making a comeback in 2024. That is definitely surprising to me. But yeah, I don't think that that is a good, example to set, but also I think that they are only 20, and it doesn't surprise me that they think that that stuff is cool. And I've definitely noticed that suntanning has come back into fashion, unfortunately, along with the other really bad trends from the 90s of smoking and the heroin chic look. What happened with Tori De Jong and her partner? I don't know what happened with Tori De Jong and her partner. So they obviously broke up in the past, and I don't believe she's ever said why. I don't believe she's ever said a bad word about him, which is really good because now she is back with him by the look of it. So yeah, it's really good that she hasn't said anything bad about him online. But yes, they have done a hard relaunch as of a few days ago. Oh, people are laughing at the state of my phone screen. So this is just a spare phone that I have purely for this purpose. I actually got a new iPad prior to the end of financial year, but I need to open it and set it up. So I will be using that probably next week. Although I'm going to be on holidays next week. I'm just taking my girls on a holiday to my mum's house, which is 4 hours away. But I'll be doing my live from there. Yep, I'll still be doing my live. The sneezing. I did notice my husband sneezing just before, and yes, it was very loud. Very loud sneezer. So funny. Someone's saying here they know Olivia from Perth originally. Oh, Olivia's boyfriend. Yeah, he was from Perth originally and used to play footy. I believe that is why they were recently holidaying together in Perth. So she must have gone over there to meet his family or something. So yeah, that is correct. Has Ruby Tuesday Matthews been quiet or just me? We need an Oystergate. Oh, there was some drama recently. Oh yeah, she hired a gardener to come and do her weeding, which she's never hired a gardener before. She usually likes to do it herself. And she said to him, I'm going to go do the school pickup, make sure that area is all weeded when I get back or whatever. And she got back and he had pulled out all of the daisies and all these other plants that she'd been growing for years, and she was in tears. It was so sad. It was funny, but so sad. And she was going to try and replant the plants that he'd pulled out and hope that their root system wasn't too damaged. So I haven't got an update on that one. But she also posted a video tonight of her and Dodsey just looking cute together. So yeah, I think that that's good that she's put that on her feed because she doesn't post him very often, and a lot of people often speculate about different things. So it's good to see that they're good. What else have we got? Aussie mum vlogger has gone quiet on her new coaching venture. Yeah, true. So I mentioned last week on my live that she was doing coaching. Kiara Darrow, I think her name is. She was starting coaching, and it was 1 month's coaching for 2,500 Australian dollars, including 2 Zoom calls as well as daily Voxer check-ins. And yeah, apparently she then deleted the story about the price, and then I think she's gone quiet now. So I don't know. Hopefully she will get clients. If people want to pay her that much, that's up to them. But it does seem like a lot of money for somebody who's just starting their coaching journey. Reese Hawkins unfollowed Tammy Hembro. Yes, he did this week, but Tammy is still following him. I'm wondering if it's because of the Q&A she did the other day where she said that he lives in Bali and he saw the kids for Christmas, and then she took him there recently. She took the kids there recently to see him, and it's a shame that he lives in Bali because he doesn't see them much. Maybe he took that as a dig and that's why he's unfollowed. Not sure, but I guess we'll never know. Yeah, someone else is saying they think it was from the TikTok as well. Interesting. Nobody's brought this up this week, but every week people hound me and they say, why do you never talk about Sophie Guidolin? Why do you never talk about Sophie Guidolin? And the reason is because there's never anything to talk about. If there is, I definitely talk about it. And this week, bing, 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 there is something to talk about. She bought her son Ryder his first car. How exciting. And she was saying something about it being $20,000, and people were shocked that she would buy him a $20,000 car as his first car, but $20,000 car is cheap these days. Anyway, she then posted a photo of it saying that she's been saving since he was a baby and putting aside some of her wage each week, and then he's been working and she's been matching dollar for dollar what he's earning. And I thought it was such a weird post. Okay, firstly, behind him there was this huge big truck, which I can't even imagine how much it would cost. Like 100 grand? Is that how much that sort of thing costs? I'm not sure. Secondly, for a learner, like, why does a learner driver need that? I think it was learner. Yeah, because it was his 16th birthday. Not sure how it works in Queensland, but in Victoria, learner is 16. But even if he is driving it solo, I don't believe a 16-year-old needs a huge big car like that. And it looked really, really nice as well. And thirdly, I don't think she has been sacrificing some of her wage his whole life. Like, she is a multi-millionaire, I believe. Like, she has a $380,000 Mercedes G-Wagon for herself that she's been trying to sell for a while. I definitely don't think she's short of $1. So, oh, sorry, I've got this like thing happening. So I thought that was a very interesting story, and I don't believe what she said about the sacrificing of her wage every week. Like, I think she was trying to be relatable because that's what people would do, but I don't think she has really done that. I also thought it was weird, the dollar for dollar working thing, because in Victoria you've got to be 15 and 9 months before you can start working. So has he been working for 3 months? But then I realised he used to have his own business